They call me Kevin.
They call me Alicia.
If you're listening right now, you're tuned in to The Bizarre AF, where we talk about the strange, the absurd, the unknown, and things that are bizarre as fuck.
That's very true.
In today's episode, we're going to chat about the most scientifically studied paranormal hotspot on the planet.
Oh,
Skywalker Ranch.
Skywalker?
Mm-hmm. Skinwalker. God damn it.
That's a different thing. Skywalker Ranch, isn't
Right.
that, what's his douche?
Who's Skywalker? Oh, yeah. That's Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know what his name is. I'm a Star Trek fan.
So listen, as the famous playwright Anton Chekhov said, we declare frankly that nothing is clear in this world. Only fools and charlatans know and understand everything. So keep an open mind, keep a skeptical ear, but keep listening to the facts as we take you on our newest journey. Mm-hmm. So Alicia, have you heard of Skinwalker Ranch before?
You know what? I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard of a Skinwalker Ranch. I am, I'll be honest. I'm a sissy. I'm totally wimp. Like, I get scared of almost everything.
No.
Yeah. Dude, totally. I totally do. I like to believe that I'm like more than what I actually am, but I'm just not. I'm just a wimpo. And Skinwalker Ranch, the stories behind it really freak me out.
Well, we are going to dive into that. And, you know, as I mentioned, it is recognized as the most scientifically studied paranormal hotspot on the planet. And,
yeah,
you know, it is surrounded by the Ute tribal properties, and we're going to get into why that is significant.
Oh my God.
In just a moment.
Ooh, I'm nervous.
Well, the Skinwalker Ranch is a 512-acre secure site that has been monitored and for decades, and it is completely secured. Mm-hmm. There's surveillance 24/7, 365. And it is a remote location that has been involved in a Pentagon-funded black budget project.
Okay, so you're saying black budget. I'm in.
Exactly.
That's all you need to say, honestly.
Black budget.
Black budget, done.
So they have been studying UFO activities, cattle mutilations, strange phenomenon. And it is also known as a living laboratory for studying other intelligence and possible interdimensional phenomenon.
Oh my God. I mean, so here's the thing. Mm-hmm. When you get into like interdimensional phenomenon, it really freaks me the fuck out.
because that is the unknown.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what can I control?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing real. I mean, let's be honest. I can't control anything. I just think I can, and then
exactly.
and then I'm always pleasantly surprised that I just can't.
Right.
My ego's constantly shattered. But it's interdimensional. That's.
I mean, it's because things can't be explained.
They can be explained.
Cannot.
Yeah.
Be explained,
dude.
So, let's get started with our adventure.
Okay. I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here for the ride.
Okay, perfect. And to do that, we're going to have to travel back into time just a smidge.
Okay.
100 years or so.
I think I can do that.
Okay. So in 1911, and possibly before, not a lot of documentation.
Okay.
Newspaper reports of rumblings, strange noises from this location, homesteaders that lived in this site reporting unexplained phenomenon, weird creatures, unknown creatures, yes, things they've seen they can't explain. Yikes. Right? And you can imagine this is
like Little House on the Prairie style.
Well, yeah, exactly. Imagine 1911. People don't know stuff.
No, you don't know anything.
Not like you know today. Can't communicate with other people
quickly, for sure.
So things you don't know, you don't know a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So now
technology's not a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
1937, Skinwalker Ranch is purchased by the Myers family. 1947, the Myers family, they actually add more land to their property.
Okay.
Another like 83 acres.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're up to 512 acres.
Okay.
1979, by this time, a lot of UFO activity happening. People that farm this land are reporting a lot of medical events, traumas,
Like they're having like medical issues.
issues,
They can't.
perception altering issues.
Oh God.
Nausea, temporary paralysis, vertigo,
God.
like things that they couldn't explain.
Yeah, sure.
Flash forward 1992, the ranch is sold and purchased by the Sherman family, and this family reports a lot of things.
So they saw that stuff
They
was
are
happening.
witnessing a lot of things, yes, and more disturbing things than previously. A lot more UFO activity, a lot of malevolent influences, cattle mutilations. Like, it's getting more serious.
So it's still the same stuff that was happening back in like 1911, but now it's being upped. Like there's more activity and it's becoming more negative.
Yes, and I think they're becoming more aware of it, reporting it more, because it's just becoming more obvious.
It's more of an issue.
Yeah, and these and a lot of these things are daylight events.
Oh, during the day. It's
during
not
the
happening.
day.
They're not coming back and then seeing these cattle and like, oh, they're fucked up.
Exactly. It's seeing the cattle in the morning, then you see the same cattle in the afternoon. Completely
what?
Well, like, for example, they'll see a cattle drained of blood.
Drained?
Zero blood around them.
Okay.
Zero blood on them. No visible signs of
like a cut.
cut.
I have a question.
Yeah.
These they didn't have were the actual calves, did they have I don't know, some kind of medical issue? Was there genetic defect?
Right, passed down.
Cattle
was all
because they're all
infected.
Since these cattle have been on the range or whatever the ranch, I'm a city girl.
Home on the range.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a city girl. I don't really know shit, but had these the cattle been procreating, and then they had I don't know,
some mutant
disease, think the royals,
Totally, I get it. So fine.
Yeah, did they have it?
But how does that explain no blood?
I don't know.
Right, yeah, you can, right. That's the weird part.
There was so there was no, the blood was just gone. There wasn't a cut.
Well, exactly. Well, right. Well, sometimes...
Was there a cut?
No, well, sometimes there was decapitations, for example.
Okay. Decapitations.
Precision decapitations.
Okay.
No saw marks. Imagine a laser going and perfectly cut through the spine. Like
you
couldn't
surgeon?
just go out there and cut off a cow's head. That would be obvious. No, and no blood.
Yeah, there's no blood.
No blood.
That's really the problem.
Key.
Even if you did have all the tools necessary,
precisely. And this is happening to 25% of their herd.
Oh yeah,
that's a
lot.
lot.
And they own acres and acres.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's not
512 by this time.
Yeah, it's not like you can be oh, okay, well, they're just down the street. Grab it, put it on a gurney, and carry it over. I don't know, some plastic. You've seen Dexter.
Oh, exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah, a kill room for a cow.
Yeah, there was nothing like that.
No.
Good God. Okay.
Okay, so now we're in 1996, and so the Sherman family, this was led by a billionaire, and his name was Robert Bigelow. He acquires the property from them, and he starts to do this unprecedented level of research on this ranch.
So he knew that there was something up.
He did. Mm-hmm. He did. Well, because they had been reporting it, and so he came in with this team called NIDS, NIDS, and it's the National Institute for Discovery Science, and it was privately funded, and it's staffed by like 8 people, and some of them were part-time, some were full-time, and we're talking PhD people, scientists, investigators, former FBI, security. I mean, they credentialed people.
Totally.
And so this was their
Legitimate.
focus up until about 2002.
Okay.
Okay, well, back to 1996, there's this guy named James Randi. And he was the token naysayer
Of like what's
I think
going
just
on?
paranormal in general. And so he had his own opinions about Robert and his endeavor.
So wait, he's like a reporter who like of course has a
he's
fucking opinion.
Totally. Like
We all know a Randy. James
we all know a
fuck-
Randy.
He
Yes.
fucking sucks.
Exactly. So he awards them this, what he calls this Pegasus Award.
Well,
And it sounds
magical.
amazing.
Yeah.
No.
I love Pegasus. Pegasi.
Pegicide. No. So he gives them this award for funding the purchase of the ranch and for supporting these investigations, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he calls this award the funding organization that supported the most useless study of the supernatural, paranormal, or occult. That was the Pegasus.
He's a dick.
Day back.
Oh my god.
Like,
So-
open your mind, boo.
Okay, I'll be honest.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there's one thing about being a cynic, right? You can be a cynic, whatever. You have something to say.
Of course.
You create a fucking award to
Right.
troll someone.
Rude.
I mean, the dedication.
Calm down.
He should, I don't know, maybe put that towards other things, other aspects of his life, like happiness. Call me crazy.
Yeah, right. Calm the F down.
Yeah, calm down, dude. Chill the fuck out.
So then there's another author called Robert Schaefer. And according to him, the phenomenon at Skywalker is almost certainly illusionary. Not only was the several year-long monitoring of Skinwalker by NIDS unable to obtain proof of anything unusual happening, he says, but also the people who owned the property prior to the Shermans, a family whose members lived there for 60 years, deny that any mysterious phenomenon of any kind occurred there.
Bullshit.
So he's talking about the original owners
Okay.
prior to the Shermans. Sorry, going back to my notes.
the 1911
Yeah, the 1911 peeps.
folks. Yeah.
Right. Who we just talked about, they don't know Adam from Adam.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
Well-
don't say that they didn't report or know anything.
One,
They
two.
didn't know what to know.
They didn't know what they didn't know, but
Yeah.
also, you think about that time, like how honestly, like how could you feel like people weren't going to put you in an insane asylum? You're like, "Hey, look, this weird
'cause
shit's
that, or
happening."
be called a witch.
Or-
I mean,
Right. Like God forbid, you're like just trying to make ends meet. You have this cattle, like you don't want to like rock the boat.
totally.
And it's a small community.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you don't want to be called a witch or called whatever and being moved to fucking wherever, an insane asylum, and people thought,
Exactly.
"Oh yeah, no, these people you're going to take advantage of like their land or whatever." Like, yeah, no way.
No
that
way.
doesn't make any sense.
No way. Okay, so now we're gonna flash for Sherman, the Sherman family owned the
Yeah.
ranch, right? Okay, so now we're gonna flash forward to 2008,
Okay.
and
Clear.
the research team, they transitioned from the NIDS, as I said, NIDS, to BASS, and this is called the Bigelow Aerospace Advanced Space Studies. BASS, BAASS.
Okay.
And now,
Advanced space studies?
okay, now you're like, wait, what?
That's very different from cattle.
Very different. Now it's funded by the U.S. government.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Things are making up.
For real. Yeah. So it's funded in 2008.
Now
The
it's being
United
funded
States.
by Bass, which is the U.S. government.
Working with the government.
Working with him. Yes, this new owner
Wow.
in the government.
Okay. This is fucking
Getting juicy.
sus for sure.
Getting sus. Okay. So it was very aggressive study, and now we've got about 55 to 60 people on the ranch. Anywhere from engineers to intelligence officers to security to
So folks who know how to like conduct an experiment,
government
who are
bringing
watching,
them in.
yeah,
bringing them in.
Why?
$1 million question. What did they know? What was like? They were like, okay, now we're getting involved. What is happening?
These cattle mutilations or something to it.
Something's getting. Yeah, someone's like raising their ears and going, "Okay,
we need to study it."
So now we're in 2013, and there's well over 500 anomalies being reported, well over 150 witnesses that have been recorded as being impacted, and all of this information is in this BASS database, this BAASS database. Okay, and it's the government's involved, so it's not like they're sharing this information.
Sure.
Okay. To this very day, those people who were at that facility, part of those 150, they refuse to go back to that land. They will not step foot on that land.
That's some real fucking trauma.
Totally.
So something real happened to them. Like these are scientists, people who are investigating, and they're saying, I knew what I was getting into. I was going to study this.
That's right.
Whatever the fuck happened in a very real way. And I do not feel safe. I'm never going to enter this space again.
And that is the key. They said, I do not feel safe. I am not going back. I'm not going back there.
Sure.
And to your point, these are logical, scientific people
who knew what they were getting into. Some kind of weird, like, strangeness.
Exactly.
Who fucking... Yeah. Okay, you said over how many?
150.
150 people who were on the government's payroll.
Yeah, so there were about 55 or 60 people on government's payroll, but at this point there's well over 150 people documented impacted.
What the fuck did they see?
Okay.
That gave them
this
fucked up like viewpoint.
Yes. This is what we're
not normal.
Not normal. Not normal.
I know I'm a wimp. But like, if these people are like, oh, I want to see the shit, and like they're clearly not like, whatever it is that they're seeing has surpassed their bullshit meter. It's well
and they're
above.
Like, okay,
it's not
realness,
worth it.
Not going back.
Yeah. This is like, it's gone past that level where I'm comfortable. I knew there was some weird shit.
Right.
But like, what was it
that
made them not want to come back onto the land?
So let's talk about that.
Do we have specifics?
Oh, we do have specifics.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Perfect.
So in 2016, a guy named Brandon Fugel, he purchased the ranch from Robert Bigelow.
Okay.
Because he wanted to investigate and explain this crazy, bizarre stuff. But he bought the ranch under a shell corporation because he wanted to keep secret. He wanted to keep anonymous. He didn't want to be a big deal about who owned it or who he was. Because he really cared about understanding what was happening.
The phenomenon.
The phenomenon itself, yes.
He just wanted to study it.
That's right. He didn't want to make money off of it. He didn't want to do anything. He just wanted to buy it, research it, and understand it.
Do you know how much he...
I do not know how much he bought it for, which I think is an interesting question. But Brandon Fugel is a very prominent businessman. He's an entrepreneur. He's a real estate broker. He was working with Caldwell bankers. He was founding their commercial advisory leader. He was recognized huge. Over like 220 offices as the premier guy. I mean, he was big guy.
There's a lot
very successful. He was supporting he loves technology, so he's supporting technology startups. Very successful, very wealthy. Which gave him the resources that he needed to kind of get into this.
Put into that.
Put into it.
What's his background? Aside, I mean, I know that he was a businessman, but like, where the fuck do you come into this?
So he was born in Salt Lake City in very religious family. So need I say more?
Yeah. No, like he's not
caffeine.
No caffeine. He's not spending money on Starbucks. No
Right.
$5 orders.
Right.
He's not imbibing like we are. Cheers.
Exactly. Cheers.
Bitches. We need a fucking drink for this
Cocktails.
one. God damn. Mm-hmm. So he has none of these. So he's saving all the money, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's a very successful businessman. And he wants to use his resources, his technology, his business, his money to really, truly understand this. And he said that his religion actually is what drove him to really trying to understand the bigger meaning of life and what was really out there.
Okay, so his religion was the driving force. So he thought he'd find God in this?
Good,
I mean, that's
good question. Maybe. Or the lack of.
Either way, it's like I support that. I totally understand
sure.
where he's coming from, right?
Use your resources to know.
And honestly, like being lazy. Let's be honest. Like I want to know what you're gonna find out. You're gonna put the money towards it. Yeah, sure, fine, cool. Like I'm curious.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. All right. So now it's 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And this is about a couple of years after he purchased the ranch. His team captures 500-foot span of the mesa that runs through his property. Illuminated. Like the mesas are illuminated. There's video of this. You can see them illuminated.
Okay. Couple questions.
Yeah. A lot of questions, I'm sure.
Oh, no, yeah. I have a lot of questions. Okay, so I guess the first one would be illuminated as in, like, there's...
Glowing, like, literally glowing.
Everything's glowing.
Glowing.
Okay.
And it's this one little span.
Okay. I'm going to draw from a natural, like, perspective.
Okay.
You go to different places, like Puerto Rico has bioluminescent bays, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you can see
plants. I think there's plants and creatures.
Algae that like light up during like a spawning season.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah. So
this bioluminescence, how do we know that there's not some kind of chemical compound that's like lighting up during a specific time of the year? Is it happening consistently? Like, is this something that is only happening once a year and it's like spawning or mating season that they...
So it does not happen consistently. There's not like a rhythm or a season or a time. But it's dirt and rock.
Yeah.
It's
know
not
the
a
compounds.
Plant.
They're studying the compounds.
That's right. Exactly. There's so many people studying so many, you have the astrologists studying the sky. You have the rock people. What are the rock
whoever
people?
The fucking the geologists.
The geologists.
The
thank
rock
you.
people. Who cares?
Yeah. So you've got all of that being studied.
Sure.
So they've kind of ruled that out.
Okay.
But there's more to the light thing, because not only is the mesa glowing, there are pillars of light shooting out from the ground up into the sky. And we know that's going upwards because the lower portion of the clouds are glowing. Right? So you know it's coming up.
It's
like, what's the... Las Vegas place.
The Luxor.
The Luxor. So imagine that
or like a spotlight.
It's like a column of light.
Yeah.
And by the way,
searchlight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you can see video of it. It's like random.
Where do you see it at? Where
it's
is it
coming out of the mesa?
No, but I mean, like, can we find it on YouTube or like
Yes.
where is it?
Yes.
On YouTube, you can
Yes.
see it.
Yes.
And it's just random.
Random. Well, you can. So Skinwalker Ranch has their own website, and you can go to their video and you can see, the little. Okay.
For like
you
only
have to
$29.99.
Totally. You have to subscribe to see the good shit. But they do have the freebie stuff.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Did you subscribe to see the good
No. No, I wasn't about to subscribe.
We're like, it's the second podcast.
I mean, I care, but I don't care
I
don't care
care.
$29.99 worth.
Yeah, no, totally. Plus shipping and handling. We do not want that.
But you can see the glow. You can see the column. Excuse me. You can see the columns.
Like rising up, there's nothing that we can actually like
No.
say, okay, this is
No. It's unexplainable.
what the fuck.
It's unexplainable. Okay, so
Just leave it at that, Alicia.
Leave
It's
it at that.
unexplainable. Okay. Okay, done.
So they also see large luminescent glowing things flying above the mesa, disappearing into the mesa, over the mesa.
What
So you
size-
could, how we always joke about the flying dust orb.
Yeah, the flying dust orb, but like is it actually like the size of a flying dust orb or
Negative.
is it
No, it's the size of something much
like a plane?
big. Yes, and they know it's not a plane just because they're measuring size, speed, blah, blah, blah. They go to the flight logs of the FAA. They know that there was nothing in the area. I mean, you have to see, I guess you have to see the videos to really appreciate
Okay, I have
the
a question.
oddity.
Like the shape of it?
Well, yeah, that's...
Is it like what does it look like? Is the shape like a Cessna plane? Is it like a Boeing?
No, it's like a circle.
You're saying like it's like a Tic Tac.
No,
Is it like a Tic Tac?
No, it's not like a Tic Tac or.
Dude, I'm saying that because like they say
I know
Tic
you've
Tacs.
seen. Yes, I've seen them. No, this
just
is like a
trying
literal circle,
Like an orb. Like a
like
real
a dust
orb,
orb.
like a
But
like a dust orb that's just like chasing after your cousin or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And some of them, I'm not gonna lie. Some of them I'm watching. I'm like, that's a bug.
Really?
That's a bug. Like
It doesn't look-
It's a bug on.
Like a camera. Like
Yeah,
can
when they
see
do
it.
the night vision,
Mhm.
and you see this thing flying, and you're like, okay, it's a bug.
Okay.
But it's so perfectly round,
Every
and it
single
doesn't
time.
like flutter.
Okay. They have just like really round moths or
Very
mosquitoes.
Exactly. So there's a whole tons of that.
Sure.
Okay, and so what they say is that every time they bring someone on the ranch that's new, the ranch behaves differently.
Okay. Okay, one.
Yes.
I'm just
No.
gonna like file no.
Yes. No.
Okay, Kevin, I'm gonna file that back into my mind
Uh-huh.
and not be so freaked out that I can't sleep tonight. But okay, let's say you and I go onto the ranch.
Yes.
It's going to have brand new things
Brand
that
new
like
things.
we've never seen.
That they've never seen.
They've never seen because you and I come onto the
Mm-hmm.
like not just light, like totally different.
It could be
poltergeist.
It could be a sound. It could be a dust orb.
Could it be a little green man?
Well, they've never seen those.
Oh my god, I would fucking die.
They've never
That would be
seen
so
a
scared.
man.
I'd be so scared.
But it's
like weird
things they've never
phenomenon.
not seen before.
So it's like constantly upping the ante. Like someone's coming in
Yeah.
and it's like trying to get a reaction from you.
Maybe.
So
Maybe it's like, hey, you're new. I'm gonna
I want that attention.
do this thing.
Hey, pay attention to me. Hey, see what I'm like a dog, like when I come into your house
Yeah.
and
they go nuts.
and your little adorable dogs go nuts.
Uh-huh.
They both of them, they want the attention and they want to see what you're doing, who you are. So it's almost like reactionary. It seems like this phenomenon.
Or what if it's,
Yeah.
it's, hey, I'm going to try this with you and see if you understand me now.
Oh, it's trying to communicate? Yeah. I could see that. Like maybe this is the person I can communicate with.
Right, and so it tries to think different things with different people.
I mean, the thing that I have a question with is like if they've been studying it for so long, and also here's the fucking thing. The huge like question mark that I have in this fucking sky is why is it that the government stepped away?
I think that's a very good question. Like, what brought you in? What took you out?
Yeah, because if the government was studying something and putting funds behind it, what the fuck did they find out that they're like, yeah, it's not worth it? Like, we already know the answers.
I think that's a great question.
So did they say like what it is? Like, is it,
No, I do not know the answer to that question. I do not know.
Well,
I think that's a fascinating question.
I think the answer to the question is whatever they were trying to figure out, they fucking found out.
Maybe.
They got an answer to it. Because why else would you not put money towards it?
Well, playing devil's advocate, maybe they're like, because we're not finding what we want.
But it's consistently reacting. The area is consistently reacting. There's something that's happening.
It is.
Cattle mutilations, fucking, lights, lighting up areas, whatever the case may be.
Right.
I don't understand why the government would not, like, unless they knew that they couldn't answer or they knew what the answer was, so they're not
one or the other.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. I get it. There's a lot of questions. So now we're in 2019, 20. History Channel decides, hey, I'm sure that this is what they're thinking.
Sure.
We could make some money on this because this is some interesting Shiite.
Yeah, of course.
Well, as I mentioned before, Mr. Hugo does not want to be known. Right, because he bought this under a shell company. Right,
he didn't want anyone to know that he was like a weirdo, like we are
exactly.
into this phenomenon.
Exactly. So they go somehow. I'm sure they figured out who he was and convinced him to let them help him.
The History Channel.
The History Channel.
The History Channel. It's not really a History Channel anymore.
No, it's
That's
not.
really like Ancient Aliens, which, don't get me wrong, fucking love it.
Yeah.
But.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, not history anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll give you money. We just want to, figure out what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they work together, and in 2020 they released this documentary, and I think you can find it on Hulu. Netflix. Yeah, exactly. A Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
Okay. Did you watch the Skinwalker Ranch documentary?
I did watch it.
The whole thing?
I think you need to watch it.
Really? How long is it?
Maybe like, I don't know, 8 episodes?
8 episodes? How much? I mean...
I think they were like half hour each.
Oh, okay. That's easy. We can get through that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good because... the guy that kind of is leading it, and I'm air quoting here, leading it, is a skeptic. And they hired him to be a skeptic.
So our bro, Brandon, is Brandon...
Brandon's bringing in the skeptic.
He's bringing in the skeptic, but is he, like, active in this documentary?
Very active.
Really?
They still put him in charge. I mean, he's in charge of the ranch. Mm-hmm. And they keep him in charge during this documentary.
Okay. So, I guess I have another question.
Yeah.
So it was just done during 2019 or 2020. It must have
been 2019, 20. Yeah.
So you say they keep him in charge.
Yeah.
Who's really bankrolling this? They keep him in charge. Is he actually in charge?
Well, I'm sure the History Channel gave
Gave him a lot of money.
some money.
Yeah.
But he's a very rich person. And
Yeah.
he's been doing this anyway by himself. So I'm sure.
For at least.
I mean, this is his passion.
I mean, how much money does he really have to do it?
I think he's very, very wealthy.
Very loaded. Yeah.
So
Well,
again, I don't think this was about the money. He said this was never about money.
okay.
This was about him finding the meaning
God.
of life.
yeah. I guess you'll throw any money out if that's what you believe you're finding.
Yeah.
But like, part of me questions like, as far as what he's seeing like some kind of, he's trying to find purpose in this, right? And it seems to me like whomever's owned this land has not found purpose. It's been like almost like it's fucking with you. It seems like it's like trickster, or like there's something else to this.
Maybe.
Like it's not necessarily giving you an answer that you're looking for.
Well, isn't that just it about all of these kinds of topics? Is
It's
that
more
you never really get
questions.
the answer?
Sometimes you do, right? Like I feel like sometimes like you can kind of like make an educated guess as to what's happening, but on the flip side, it seems like there's a phenomenon where it's trying to get a rise out of you and just trying to fuck with you in general. Like it's not trying to,
or you let it be that.
Get that energy out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something powerful.
Yeah. Who knows? Right. Exactly. Okay. So I'm going to tell you where Skinwalker Ranch comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So this area was, well, obviously all of North America was Native American.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so this particular area, the Utes and the Navajos, they had a very actually sordid past. And the Utes and the Navajo tribes started off as allies and trading partners.
Sure.
And they worked the land, and as generations went on, the relationships kind of became strained, and so much so that when the U.S. government sent soldiers out to the Southwest to protect the white settlers from the Navajo tribes, the Ute tribes, apparently they joined forces, and with the soldiers.
Yeah, the government? Yeah.
With the government, exactly. And as retribution, the Navajo Indians cursed the land with evil spirits, and those evil spirits are known as skinwalkers. Okay,
So
and
many
so
questions.
now, exactly, but you can now kind of start connecting the dots if you
Sure.
believe in that.
Yeah, definitely.
If in fact they had cursed the land, and now we are seeing all of these weird phenomenon, people, perhaps there is a connection. Perhaps that is it.
Okay. So, yes. One, did the Utes, okay. I'm going to put on my I'm not totally white fucking hat.
Yep.
And say that I don't fucking trust the U.S. government because, hey, we're here at the Bazaar AF.
Right.
One, what kind of a fucking option did the Utes actually have?
Yeah.
Like if the government's like, hey, look, we're gonna try to like blow out these Navajo people. Like, I know you're not friends of them. Like, you're not the biggest fan. What, like, you want to join forces with us?
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know. But really, the government's saying, you want to join forces with us, or
exactly.
we're gonna fucking annihilate you.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So it's like they didn't really have much of a choice.
Of course.
Against the Navajo. One,
Of
two.
But did the Navajos put a curse on the land?
That's my question. Like, did they put a curse on the land for the Utes, or did they put a curse on the land, or did they even? And it's just always been like this weird fucking land that like.
Okay, so here's the other thing. So the curse that they put on the land, this mesa, it runs right through this ranch. So that 500 feet of mesa that glows through this ranch. This is the area that the Navajo Indians supposedly cursed.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hence the name.
Right.
Skinwalker Ranch,
Yeah.
Skinwalker
So
Mesa.
that whole area, like, what is? I mean, it's kind of shit land, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really like, ew, like dirt and rock. Like I said,
Why
it's
would
dirt
they
and rock and
Why would they
mountains.
curse that area?
Well, because they were effing pissed
But why would the
off.
Utes even want to fucking live there or be there? I guess they've probably been moved, like, you know.
You're right. Who knows?
Okay.
Probably. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so skinwalkers. They cursed it and were like, okay, evil entities are
Evil
gonna be
entities, yes, who
Which
can take
are-
on forms and shapes of all
Anything?
sizes and kinds.
So, like, what? They can be a person.
Person,
They can be...
a thing. I think I was reading. I probably should go look at this again, but I think a lot of it was around beasts and wolves and that.
Predators.
Predators, yes, but they can really take on apparently any form. Hence, skinwalker, right? They could be whatever.
So, what would be the thing that was like, I don't know, mutilating cows? A laser?
Well,
A laser beam?
a laser.
A shark with fucking laser beams attached to their heads?
Well, this is just what makes it even worse. Trying to figure out is
Yeah.
like, why? What? What? And let's pretend that it's not.
That it's not
Skinwalkers.
skinwalkers, yeah.
Okay, let's pretend it's not. It's something else.
Uh-huh.
Okay, why?
To get a rise out of people? To get
Why
that
are
energy?
you draining cows' bloods? Why are you cutting off their heads with laser precision? Why are you doing these little floating dust orbs? Oh, and by the way, there's what they call Homestead 1, Homestead 2 on this ranch. And if you go to their website, you can actually see a map.
Oh, okay.
And they show you a map and kind of where these things are.
Like the
homesteads.
Yeah, so that was actually one thing that I was going to ask about is like, is there an area on the actual like ranch that's like more
active?
Yeah, like one area like has more, it's more of an epicenter for like this activity to even happen.
And the answer is yes.
Yeah. Which one is it?
Like the ridge with the glowing.
Yeah. The mesas
I think
and stuff.
Homestead 2 has a
Is
lot of
the-
activity.
Okay. Interesting.
Which used to be literally a homestead back when
someone actually
we were
lived there?
talking about
The 1911?
1911 when
Good God.
people lived there.
I wonder what happened at that time. I wonder if there was something that happened there that maybe had an imprint on the land or something.
Well, maybe that could be it.
Yeah. But even, I mean, none of this like makes sense. It seems to me like things are constantly changing, right? With the activity. It's never the
That's
same.
always changing.
So what can we say is actually like what is the one common denominator? Like what is it that is consistently, happening? Like I can't say that aside from getting a rise out of people or trying to get attention, like what else is it?
Maybe it is not trying to get a rise or attention. Maybe it's I'm trying to communicate and I don't know how.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what makes it, that's why it's different every time someone else comes on, because it's trying different things.
But how many fucking scientists, the government came in? Like the fact the government came in and then left it.
Yeah.
Like it's not like an area. This is not an Area 51 situation that we like we've had in the past where we're like
Right.
still there
Right.
and still like researching.
Right.
They've researched. They found their answer and they're fucking done. So what the fuck did they figure out?
Maybe that's it. Maybe they figured it out and they went,
It's not worth their time.
or we have to stop because now we can't let people know stuff. And so we have to shut it down.
Like Big
before-
Brother.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're afraid of pandemonium. We're afraid of people like
Uh-huh.
reacting in a very negative, like.
Yes. Well, and that's been proven many times
I mean,
in the past.
you're totally fucking right about that.
Yes.
That's very true.
Yes. Who knows?
Yeah.
I just find it strange that it's that place. And why
In the
is
middle
it that
of nowhere,
in the
Utah,
middle? Right.
and it's still going on. We can still look up
Can
like
still
phenomenon.
look it up. Like, yes, exactly.
It's still just as active as it was before, or is it more active? Like,
I don't think it's more. Not that I know of, more or less.
it's still as
It's
active
still
as it was.
happening. Yes.
That's
Yes.
fucking crazy.
I'm telling you, YouTube it.
Yeah.
Google it.
If
you want to subscribe to their website, that's fine. You can get the juicy videos, but they're, like I said, there are some free. They do enough videos to entice you to look into it, and you can see that the glowing.
And you
can
see
stuff.
you can see you can see it for free. You don't have to actually
for free
do the pay stuff. So what if you were to say, like, hey, I think this is what would you say, like, after looking up and researching the Skinwalker Ranch, what would you say it is?
I'm still undecided, quite honestly. I mean, I'm not convinced one way or another. I'm the type of person that I wouldn't. Is it a curse?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Spiritual curse?
Is it? I mean, who knows, right? It could, maybe something with this particular spot is because it's so obscure and remote. Maybe, I don't know. So I encourage you to watch the show, because they do talk about this one area on the mesa where it's this cavern. And they actually can start going into this unknown cavern.
Ooh.
But every time someone starts to go down there, they get violently ill.
Oh, like they can't go down there.
And they can't go down any further.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. What is down there?
What is down there?
So do you think...
Is there something buried under there?
Yeah.
Is there some... I'm completely random.
Sure.
Is there an alien ship down there that is causing some effect of human skin that's causing you to get sick? Is there? I mean, it could be a billion
it could be anything.
Things.
If you're a betting man, what would you put your chips on? Like what? I'll tell. I mean, I guess I could tell you what I would do.
Yeah.
I would think it's some kind of like energy that is trying to doesn't have the capacity that our energy does, and so it's trying to get some kind of reaction because it makes it stronger or something. I think know.
I would agree. If I'm gonna stick with the idea that it is not of this world, or it is something unexplained, then I would go with that theory, and is that it's something that just it does not know how to communicate with us.
Right.
Because it is so different, we can't. It's interfering with us and making us sick, or whatever the case is. Hence, the reports of all of the back in the 1911s when people were getting headaches and nausea and paralysis and vertigo and all these weird things.
Unexplainable.
Yeah. So it can't interact with us well.
You know what I would be like super interested to know? If anyone's listening who has like a story.
I think that would be brilliant.
Yeah. Like a story about
something similar.
Maybe a story about someone they knew that was on Skinwalker Ranch.
Or maybe they've been there themselves.
Yeah. I'd love
experience elsewhere.
Is this all just bogus bullshit for a History Channel TV show?
And so I would try to say that except that it's been happening for over 100 years in the same spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Varying degrees, but yeah.
Varying degrees. Yeah, so if you guys would go to anchorfm.com and search for The Bizarre AF, and you can actually hit the record button, leave a message. You can record if you've heard anything, if you've experienced it, and then we can put you up on the air.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Like just to hear someone's conversation just about Yeah, actually my dad was like a janitor like in Homestead too, and he had some fucked up stories.
Exactly.
Like I would love to hear about that.
Yes.
Or just like, hey, I have a friend who had, been by there, or like they lived in the area, because it's a small community. Like I had friends who were there. It's a very small community. And so it's not like they're all, from what I hear, it's a weird area, very rural and small town.
Very rural.
So I would be really interested if you guys have it. Please,
please,
do something.
Yes, let us know. Yeah, we want to hear it. Exactly. Well, thanks for listening to my story.
Yes, that was a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. Like super scary alien-esque mutilations, like very I don't know, like
floating dust orbs.
Floating dust orbs. Like that's the one thing I didn't believe, but everything else I'm like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah.
But I like that one.
Good.
Thanks for sharing.
Good. Thanks. Yeah. So, our second episode, I'm excited for our third episode, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. And hopefully we'll keep this going. You guys keep watching us live.
Yeah, it's every other Saturday.
Every other Saturday.
We're releasing a new podcast, so
that's right.
Come and check us out and say hello.
Yeah.
And you can watch us live, or even submit like a question or a thought about potential topics and stuff like that.
That's right. Yeah, the bazaaraf.com. We're on all social media channels. Website. Send us comments, questions, stories, whatever you got.
And the freaky deaky. We want to hear about it all. But thank you so much for sharing your.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. I'm cheersing with a Perrier.
And I'm cheersing with an empty champagne glass. Yes.
That was a little heavy.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.